Great to be with you. Meteorologist Mike Prangley here. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Now in the tropics, not so wonderful. We've been talking about this really since last week. It's official. We have Tropical Storm Idalia that has formed. Notice it's in the northwest Caribbean here. It's been spinning, meandering around there toward the Yucatan Peninsula. But the hurricane hunters have found some low-level circulation, a little better organization with some of those thunderstorms. Notice they're just wrapping around the center there. So we're seeing enough organization, and also the lower pressure now down to 996 millibars. And you know, the lower the pressure, the more intense the storm. So you've got Idalia right now just meandering again east at 2 miles per hour. It's not going to make a move north into the Gulf of Mexico likely until a Monday morning at the earliest. It's waiting on Franklin. That's going to be a Category 4 hurricane staying east of the United States with dangerous rip currents along the east coast. Once that starts to make a move out of the way, we're going to start to see Idalia make a move to the north. But again, that would be tomorrow. So we have some time to prepare and check the supply list, right? As we take a look at what's steering the system, the question is, we've got the tropical storm now. Where's it going? All right, so we've got low pressure in control, little upper level low toward Pensacola. That'll lift. The major player and the key to the system is to where it's moving is this big ridge of high pressure. So these ridges of high pressure tend to steer these tropical systems. Notice it's kind of blocking in south and central Florida for the most part from a storm coming our way. But what storms do is they ride up and around the periphery of these ridges. So unfortunately, not protecting areas like north central Florida, the North Gulf Coast. So the models are seeing that. We've got good agreement with most of the tracks heading up toward the Big Bend of Florida right here. Okay, and then over towards St. Mark's, the North Gulf Coast, Panama City. Some areas to watch as that storm rides to the north. Okay, so as we look at the most likely arrival of those tropical storm force winds, really the sustained tropical storm force winds, notice it's really making a beeline. It's staying west of Tampa and really up toward the North Gulf Coast. So that's the area we're watching. So for instance, Tampa, 29% chance of tropical storm force winds of 39 miles per hour sustained over a minute's time. But higher winds expected. Once you get to Crystal River, 33% chance of that tropical storm wind. Tallahassee, St. Mark's area. So notice we see the orange shading the red, kind of moving farther to the west by at least 100 miles to the west of Tampa. So we're going to continue to watch that because, again, every mile matters in these sort of situations. Now, hey, if you're getting those supplies, checking on batteries today, today's the day to do it. We do have some late day and early evening storms, though. Just keep that in mind. A couple frisky storms for areas of Pasco, Pinellas County. Lightning would be the main thing, along with some very heavy rain like we saw, maybe a quick inch of rain. Then we just kind of have a lull, very quiet evening out there. Okay, and most of Monday, getting the kids to school, not a problem. Okay, so you see the timeline, Monday 7:30. Okay, another hot one, temperatures in the low to mid 90s, but we'll see a few afternoon storms coming a little earlier. Okay, so notice along the I-75 corridor, we will see some pop-up storms as early afternoon, right around lunchtime. And then the big picture is this. Again, Tuesday, most of Monday evening. Tuesday, very quiet, but notice the winds shifting off to the southeast. Yeah, they're feeling the effects of Idalia now that's going to be moving north along the Gulf Coast. So you notice we've got the banding of rain. These are the bands that you usually see with tropical systems, and they'll really start to fill in one band after another as we head into late day Tuesday into Tuesday evening. Also with these bands, of course, you have to always keep your guard up for severe weather and isolated tornadoes. So that's what our weather team will be working on, keeping you and your family safe. And then as we go through Tuesday night, okay, so notice 9:30, we're seeing yet another band, and these bands could become a little bit more significant, okay, as that system, as Idalia could actually be a hurricane, a Category 1, as we go into Tuesday night into Wednesday, making a move toward the North Gulf Coast and the St. Mark's area. In fact, as you can see on a Wednesday morning, 3:30 a.m., more banding of rain, and we're also going to be watching that storm surge along the coast. So things to keep in mind. My big three right now as it looks. And again, as we get a better handle on the track, as we get closer, we'll continue to fine-tune this. But what you need to know, tropical storm conditions will be likely Tuesday afternoon and evening through Wednesday morning. All right, we've got rainfall of 2 to 5 inches, heaviest rain along the coast. Okay, coastal areas of Manatee, Sarasota County, where they need the rain. So there's a little silver lining there. And then up toward areas, of course, Pinellas and Pasco County as well. Surge of 3 to 6 feet. This is the one we have to watch carefully. A lot of the modeling data showing 3-4 feet for many of us, but there could be some spots up to 6 feet, especially as you get closer to the nature coast. So we're going to continue to watch that line. Where's that 3 foot? Where's the 6 foot surge going to be, depending on the track? and the movement of this system. Winds, I don't think any surprise. I think we're still going to be in the tropical storm force category, 35 to 55 miles per hour, higher gusts in some of those bands I showed you with those isolated tornadoes. All right, and some of the tornadoes and severe weather could come through in the middle of the night. So again, we will be here round the clock for you just in case. We take a look at the big picture. All right, rainfall. I think this system will be known for its very heavy rainfall and then the problem with the storm surge we were talking about. But notice you can get a good idea of where that track will be as we head into the next few days. Again, possibly making landfall Wednesday along the North Gulf Coast and the Big Bend of Florida, as it looks like right now. But again, not set in stone, right? You know how these tropical systems can be. Another reason we just have to keep checking in. And of course, we'll keep you updated. As far as winds, okay, you can see our system in the Gulf, even showing a little bit of you can see the center of the system right here, well defined. We'll start to see the wind really kicking up late Wednesday, late Tuesday into Wednesday morning. There's 4 a.m. Wednesday morning. Wednesday at noon, there's some winds of 43 miles per hour, and then things will start to improve here at home, it looks like, during the afternoon Wednesday, with those higher winds really starting to kick up across northeast Florida and the first coast and up toward Jekyll Island. We'll start to improve by then. And then by Thursday and Friday, it's the calm after the storm. In fact, in the 7-day forecast, let's take a look. Today we've got the summer sizzler, late day storms, 96. Thing to point out here, okay, we have a couple days just to prepare. If you can prepare, we'll get through this. Okay, so here's today, quiet. Monday, 60% chance of a round of rain. That's early afternoon, but most of the day will be dry. And then most of the wind and rain with this system, with Idalia, would be Tuesday and Wednesday. And notice, yeah, plenty of wind, rain, and temperatures only in the upper 80s with all that rain around. And then improving conditions for Thursday and Friday. So of course, stay with our weather team. We're going to keep you informed, prepared, and connected, and also calm. We appreciate you.